If you're like me, you're alarmed at the high percentage, the high number of young people who walk away from the faith, walk away from the church in their early college years. And if you were to survey those young people to see why they were walking away, you'd discover two things. They really have some intellectual doubts, that they've had unanswered questions that have bothered them. That's the biggest reason. There are other reasons, of course. Hypocrisy they see in the church, lack of good relationships with other believers. I get all that. But the largest group is going to say it's some form of intellectual curiosity or skepticism that was never answered. And they're also going to tell you a second thing, that this doubt started much earlier than their freshman year in college. As a matter of fact, most will trace that back to 12, 13, 14 years old when they first began to have serious doubts. Those questions never got answered. And they kept on going to church because we made them as their parents. And the minute they got a chance to work on their own, to live on their own, they walked away from these beliefs which were never theirs. There's a way to solve this, at least to address it powerfully. And I'm going to give it to you, and it may seem controversial. If you want to stop this exodus, stop teaching young Christians. Stop. It's not working. It hasn't been working. We've got lots of great teachers in the church. They've been teaching for generations, yet the problem's getting worse in terms of young people leaving the church. Clearly, teaching doesn't work. We need to stop it and start training. And there's a difference between teaching and training. Teaching is really the imparting of knowledge, right? Blah, 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 blah. This is how it's just talking. It kind of sounds like the old Snoopy cartoons where Charlie Brown's in school and the teacher's doing wah, 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 wah. Training is very different. Boxers train. First responders train. Why do we do that? Because we know we're going to have to get involved in a battle at some point. We're going to be on the street and we're going to need our training. We're going to have to press it into service. Boxers get fat between fights. Sorry, they do. Then they schedule a fight and they get in the best shape of their life on the eve of the battle. Why? Because the calendared fight is what turns the training into something meaningful. What's the difference between teaching and training? Well, there's many things, but one of the most important things is that we have to help schedule interactions, schedule the challenges, schedule the battle that'll turn the teaching we do all the time with our kids, whether we're in our homes or they're in their youth group, into training. You turn teaching into training with a calendar. You start calendaring these events and you will make a dramatic change. This is what we do when we train as first responders. This is why I'm trying to help you kind of grab on and hold on to a training paradigm and develop something more than a blind faith or an unprepared faith. I want you to hold a forensic faith.